Top 6 must-have cards for mile chasers. And I think I want to do an update to this because this year alone we have seen so many nerfs, and a lot of these new terms and conditions are going to be effective from the next quarter, which is 1st April 2024. And I know many of you are sad, but I think there are still some value in using them, especially if you are a serious mouse chaser. So if you want to know of the latest updates of credit cards and benefits, then do join us at our close to 14,000 members Telegram group at HoneyMoneySG. So let's start with the first example, which is Instarem Amaze card. Okay, so Instarem Amaze is not a credit card, I know, but it is one of the most important cards to a mouse chaser, because what it does is that it fundamentally converts all transactions into online spend, which is very important because whether you are doing a chip or swipe or wave or whatever thing, even physical transactions, you can use Instarem Amaze link with that credit card, specifically MasterCard, to make it an online transaction. Now, there's just one benefit of Amaze. The other benefit of Amaze is that it can reduce your foreign currency fee. You do know that the banks charge at least 3.25% on top of what is your transaction amount as a markup. So Instarem Amaze kind of reduces that markup to around 2.5%. Therefore, if you are doing overseas transactions or spend, then linking your MasterCard to Amaze is a no-brainer because it will help you save some costs. And at the same time, Amaze does earn 0.5% in Instapoints if you use the link card. And the overseas transaction spend is a minimum of 10 Singapore dollars equivalent. So for example, if you're buying something like 40 Malaysian ringgit, you convert back to Singapore dollars is around 11 Singapore dollars, then you'll get 0.5% in Instapoints. And 0.5% is just the minimum. Sometimes they do run like weekend promos where you can boost the Instapoints rate up to 2%. Then with Instarem Amaze, you can also link up to 5 MasterCards. So sometimes you may want to use this particular MasterCard like Citi Rewards, but the other time you want to use like UOB Lady's MasterCard. So Amaze does allow you to link up with different MasterCards, and then you can switch to your preferred card when the correct transaction comes. And for those of you who are interested to hold Malaysian ringgit, the Amaze wallet is one of the few multi-currency wallets where you can convert your Singapore dollars to Malaysian ringgit and you want to hold them. Also, do you notice that once your Instarem Amaze is transacted, you can even check for the MCC? Like sometimes you need to know which MCC qualify for the reward. You can check it via your Amaze app. And if you want a quicker way, then I'll recommend HeyMax as well, where you can sign up and get some free Max Miles. The second card that mouse chasers should have is the UOB Ladies card. And specifically is the UOB Ladies Pink card or UOB Ladies Solitaire card. And I know very well that the 6 mile per dollar offer will end soon on 31st March 2024. And after that, from 1st April onwards, it will revert back to the 4 mile per dollar for selected categories. So you need to choose your specified category before the quarter ends so that the next quarter it can record your preferred category. And for mine, I'm using Ladies Solitaire, so I could choose 2 categories, which is travel and dining. So you see which one you spend on the most. And I know that there is a recent nerf because previously, Lady Solitaire, you have up to $3,000 of spend cap for that bonus mouse. But from 1st April onwards, they are going to decrease the spend cap from $3,000 to $2,000 per month. So it's a sad nerf again. The good news is there is no change to the Ladies Pink normal card. It is still one category on the first $1,000 of spend on your preferred category. So you can choose from travel, dining, beauty, grocery, family, and whatever. But make sure you check your merchant's MCC first, because sometimes the merchant MCC may be different from what you assume it to be. So like I said, as a pre-check, I do use HeyMax sometimes to check the MCC to be more confident on which card to use for what merchant. Also, UOB Ladies is a MasterCard, so it's very good for pairing with Amaze should you want to do an overseas transaction, especially if you want to travel. Your overseas dining and your overseas hotel, all this, you link it with Amaze, it will help you reduce that foreign currency fee. And at the same time, earn 0.5% in Instapoints with a link MasterCard. Sometimes upsize to 2% Instapoints if it's the weekend and it's the right category. So 2 cards now already. I still have 4 more cards after the word from the sponsor. We are already in the 3rd month of 2024, and if you still haven't started investing, then here is a good reason to start using Webull. How to buy shares on Webull? If you are new and need a step-by-step guide, here it is. Step 1. Funding an account. Click on the home, which is the center icon, then transfers, then deposit. Then you can select from EDDA, fast, or telegraphic transfer. I will select EDDA that is preferred, so link your internet banking account for direct debit. Step 2, you will need to convert to your trading currency. So for example, you need to convert SGD to USD. So go to transfers, currency exchange, convert your selected currency, example USD for US stocks and SGD for SG stocks. Step 3, select your favorite stock or ETF. Then for limit orders, put in your limit price and quantity, then click buy and confirm. Wait for the order to fill. And just for this month, Webull has 3 very good rewards that you may enjoy. Firstly, the Fun and Trade promo, where if you do an initial funding of $500 or more, you get 5 free fractional shares of Nvidia from $10 to $500. And then if you complete 5 buy trades, you get additional US stock trading vouchers as well as options trading vouchers. For the Moneybull promo available to new users only, activate and subscribe at least $2,000 to Moneybull and fulfill the requirements, and you can get up to $5,000 of Nvidia shares. For the shares transfer in promo, transfer in a minimum of $5,000 worth of shares into Webull, and you can get up to $3,000 of Nvidia shares when you fulfill the requirements. So wait no more, use by referring down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. The third card you should have as a mouse chaser is Citi Rewards Mastercard, and I've been holding this card for more than 5 years already. You will earn 10x points or 4 miles per dollar on online transactions as well as in-store transactions in selected fashion retail or department store category. So how do you expand the use of this card is that you can pair the Citi Rewards with Instarem Amaze, and you do remember that Citi Rewards do give 4 miles per dollar for online spend. So remember for Amaze as well, it converts all transactions to online. So most of the physical transactions, if you convert it to online, it will earn 10x points or 4 miles per dollar with Citi Rewards. So this strategy has been a really good single credit card strategy except for travel, because if you want to do dining, if you want to do grocery, if you want to do shopping, even physical transactions, if you use the Amaze card link with Citi Rewards, most of your transactions can get that 4 miles per dollar. But remember, do not use the Citi Rewards for travel spend because they specifically excluded it as well as mobile wallets. Now, one thing less highlighted is that Amaze do convert recurring bill payments like to your telcos to become online transactions where you can get 10x points as well. So this is specifically for those telco bills. I'm not talking about utilities or insurance because all these are excluded spend, but specifically for telco bills, you may want to use the Amaze card link with Citi Rewards for payment. Fourth card on the list is DBS Women's World card, and I know that this card has an update as well because previously it has a $2,000 spend cap where you will earn 10x points or 4 miles per dollar for online transactions only, no physical transactions. But the spend cap will be reduced to $1,500, so no more $2,000. Still okay lah if you ask me, just a $500 reduction, although it is very sad, but it is what it is and we have to accept it. Importantly, don't link any DBS card to Amaze because DBS has already excluded all Amaze transactions for points, so don't link it. $1,500 spend cap, I think is still quite a good use if you want to buy like air travel tickets or book hotels online using your DBS Women's World Mastercard. Once your UOB Ladies card has reached the spend cap, then DBS Women's card will be a good alternative. Although for myself, I've rarely been using this because mostly nowadays I use the UOB Ladies card. The fifth credit card that a mouse chaser should have is the UOB KrisFlyeraze card. Now, the main highlights of this card is that you earn uncapped 3 miles per dollar on Singapore Airline Group spend. Like even for Scoot, Kris Plus or Kris Shop, you earn an uncapped 3 miles per dollar. You will also earn an uncapped 3 miles per dollar on the following transactions, like dining, food delivery, online shopping and travel, and even transport with an $800 annual spend on SIA Group. But take note that the bonus miles earned on the second category of spend, specifically for the dining, online shopping, whatever, will only be awarded 2 months after the card membership year, which also means they are trying to justify your $800 of annual spend with the SIA Group first. Then they will give you the additional 1.8 miles per dollar, because how it works is that 1.2 miles per dollar is the base, then 1.8 miles per dollar is the bonus. So the main highlight of this KrisFlyeraze UOB card is that it is uncapped, right? So it's really good for big ticket spend, provided you can spend $800 annually on SIA Group, which is relatively easy even if you were to take a Scoot flight, right? Like you just fly to nearby destinations using Scoot. A family of just 2 adults can easily clock $800 per year on flights. But the second category spend, which is the online shopping and dining, all this, is a little bit more tricky because it involves certain MCC that are eligible. So refer to the terms and conditions and check against Amex or other forms of MCC checker if you need to. The last credit card that a mouse chaser should have is the catch-all, which is HSBC Revolution Visa, and this is the only Visa card that we will discuss today. The Revolution Visa earns 10x points or 4 miles per dollar or even 2.5% cashback if you are not a miles person, and they only have a wide list of categories that can earn these bonus points. Like for example, travel related spend like airlines and car rental, but exclude MCC 4722 or 7011. These are your hotel booking sites or travel agents. Then other category spends like departmental stores, retail stores, supermarkets, dining and food delivery, transportation and membership clubs. So only this specific group of merchants then will earn the 10x points, which is quite a wide range already for normal daily lifestyle. There is also a spend cap, which is $1,000 eligible to earn that 10x points. So above $1,000, you won't earn 10x anymore. So other than UOB Ladies, if you selected travel and DBS Women's World Cup, then HSBC Revolution is the next card you should use if you want to buy like flight tickets. But not hotel bookings through third-party websites because they have already removed it. Then you may realize, out of these 6 choices of must-have cards, something is lacking, right? What happened to the OCBC Rewards? Last time it's called Titanium Rewards, now it's called OCBC Rewards. But because it has been nerfed to such a sad state, where they removed the electronics and IT gadgets MCC eligible for bonus points, as well as a change in the annual cap. And if you are not updated on this news yet, it may affect your big ticket spend, which is where I go through the details in this video right here.